which is perpendicular to the plane formed by V and B. That is, we consider this is direction of B, this is the direction of velocity, and this is the direction of force. This is in the sense in this way. If B cross V, then direction of this is Fm. In this way, that is Fm is equal to, that is this is the V cross B. म्हणजे when the charge, these both are along the same plane, along the same plane. This is when the charge particle having charge q moving with velocity v is at right angle to the direction of magnetic induction B, then the force is acting on the charge particle, we call as magnetic force. Under the action of magnetic field, the force is acting on the charge particle in a particular direction. This direction of force is always perpendicular to the plane formed by V and B. That is the cross product of velocity vector and magnetic field vector. We get a new vector, we get a resultant vector in a direction perpendicular to this plane. So this is the magnetic force, this much magnetic force acting on the charge particle moving with velocity v through a magnetic field of induction B is given by Fm is equal to q v cross B. If V and B is not perpendicular, but V and B is inclined at suitable angle, that is theta, then magnitude of this force Fm is equal to q mod of V into mod of B into sin theta, Vb sin theta, Vb sin theta in general. If theta is 90 degree, then maximum force acting on the charge particle in a direction perpendicular to this plane. If direction of motion and direction of magnetic induction is inclined at an angle theta, then the force acting on the charge particle is, we can find Fm is equal to qvb sin theta. This is the relation, because cross product of two vector is a vector quantity whose magnitude is equal to the product of magnitude of two vectors and sine of a very small angle between them. This is the magnetic force. Now clear it is, Fm is equal to q v cross B. V cross B is always perpendicular to the plane formed by vector B and vector V. V and B along the same plane. V and B are along the same plane. This is the now Lorentz force. Or Fm is equal to qv cross B. This is the magnetic force acting on the charge particle, and direction of magnetic force is perpendicular to the plane formed by velocity vector and magnetic induction B. This is the direction. Now, when this force is maximum and when this force is minimum, that is, first case is that there are particular cases. If V is equal to 0, if the velocity of the charged particle is 0, that is, if the particle is at rest position, then how much force acting on the charged particle? Then Fm is equal to 0. If velocity of the charged particle is exactly parallel to the direction of B, if the charged particle moving with velocity V through a magnetic field of induction B exactly parallel to the direction of B, then the force acting on the charged particle, and that is, if V is parallel to B, then force is acting on the charged particle is again Fm is equal to 0, because V is parallel to the direction of B, means theta is equal to 0 or 180. If theta is equal to 0 or 180, then Fm is equal to sin 0 is 0, this is 0, Fm is equal to 0. And if the charged particle moving through a magnetic induction B, which makes an angle theta with the direction of B, then force is acting on the charged particle, Fm is equal to QVB sin theta. This is the, it means that no work is done by the charged particle if the charged particle is at rest position. If the charged particle is at rest position, no work is done by the charged particle. If the charged particle is at rest position, means if velocity of the charged particle is 0 or the charged particle moving parallel to the direction of magnetic induction, no work has to be done on the charged particle. Work done on the charged particle is 0, because work done is the dot product of two, that is force and displacement, that is Fm dot V is equal to mod of Fm into mod of V into cos theta. This is the rule, dot product rule. And if no work is, dot product of two vector is a scalar quantity. Dot product of two vector is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity means work is a scalar quantity. And if V is 0, means Fm dot V is equal to 0. If the velocity of the particle, if the particle is at rest position, so that velocity of the charged particle is 0, and if velocity of the charged particle is 0, then dot product of force, magnetic force and velocity is equal to 0. It means that no work, this is the power. Fm dot V is the power. Power is a scalar quantity, and power means work done per unit time. Work done per unit time is called as power in 0. This is, it means that velocity is the rate of change of displacement. Rate of change of displacement is called as velocity. It means that velocity of the charged particle is nothing but it is the direction of change in displacement. Change in displacement. It means that work done, ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं अपन, Fm into ds upon dt is equal to 0, or Fm dot ds equal to 0, and Fm dot ds is equal to work, that is 0, that is work is equal to 0. Velocity is nothing but it is the displacement vector. Velocity vector is nothing but it is the displacement vector, and when dot product of force and velocity vector is equal to 0, it means that no work has to be done on the charge particle. Work done on the charge particle when the charge particle is at rest position, or when the charge particle moving exactly parallel to the direction of magnetic induction, no work has to be done on the charge particle. Work done is equal to 0. This is one of the. Now next article is Lorentz force. Lorentz force is the combined effect of electric field and magnetic field. So when the charge particle having charge q moving with velocity v through electric field as well as magnetic field, when the charge particle moving through a region in which there are two fields are present, in which electric field and magnetic field are present, then the charge particle is acted upon by two types of forces. Due to the effect of electric field, the charge particle experiences a force called as electrostatic force or electric force. And if the charge particle moving through magnetic field, that due to the effect of magnetic field, the charge particle experiences a force called as magnetic force. It means that when the charge particle having charge q moving through the region of electric field and magnetic field, then the charge particle experiences a two types of forces, electric force and magnetic force. Therefore, total force, the net force acting on the charge particle is the sum of electrostatic force and magnetic force. And this sum of electrostatic force and magnetic force is the total force, is the net force acting on the charge particle when charge particle moving through both field, electric field and magnetic field, is called as Lorentz force. Now clear it is. What is Lorentz force? It is the total force. The total force experienced by the charge particle when it is moving through electric field as well as magnetic field, moving through electric field and magnetic field is called as Lorentz force. So that Lorentz force is the total force, is the net force experienced by the charge particle, is the sum of electrostatic force and magnetic force. So that we must obtain the expression for Lorentz force. So that when charge particle having charge q moving with velocity v through electric field E, then force acting on the charge particle charge particle. That is the electrostatic force and is given by Fe is equal to Q into E. This is the force. When charge particle moving through electric field of strength E, then under the action of electric field, the charge particle experiences a force in a particular direction, and direction of force experienced by the charge particle is represented as the direction of electric field. So that this force is called as electrostatic force. So that Fe is equal to Q into E, equation number 1. In the same time, because the charge particle moving through electric field as well as magnetic field, so that due to the effect of electric field and magnetic field, the charge particle experiences a forces. So that total force is the resultant force, net force acting on the charge particle under the action of electric field and magnetic field is the sum of the electric force, electrostatic force and magnetic force. So that we must find how much electrostatic force acting on the charge particle when it is moving with velocity v through electric field of intensity E. So this is electrostatic force, and magnetic force acting on the charge particle due to magnetic field of induction B is given by Fm is equal to Q V cross B. We have seen that this is magnetic force, Q V cross B. This is the 2. This is the electric force acting on the charge particle moving through electric field of intensity E, and this is the magnetic force acting on the charge particle when it is moving with velocity v through a magnetic induction B. So from these two equations it shows that the electrostatic force, the electric force acting on the charge particle depends upon which factor? Depends upon charge, strength of the electric charge on the charge particle and intensity of electric field. Electrostatic force depends upon two factors. It depends upon magnitude of electric charge, strength of the electric charge and intensity of electric field and strength of electric field. These are the dependence factor of electrostatic force. Similarly, magnetic force acting on the charge particle depends upon these three factors. It depends upon strength of the electric charge, magnitude of electronic charge, velocity of the charge particle, and strength of magnetic induction B. So these are the dependence factor of electric force and magnetic force. Now clear it is, ये तीन फैक्टर है, ये मैग्नेटिक फोर्स है क्यू वी बी, ये क्यू वी बी, these are the dependence factor of magnetic force. It means that from this equation it shows that magnetic force depends upon strength of the electric charge, velocity of the electric charge and strength of magnetic induction, that is B, while electrostatic force depends upon charge and intensity of electric field. So that charge is common in both the cases. But net force, total force acting on the charged particle under the action of electric field and magnetic field is the sum of magnetic force and electrostatic force. So that net force we called as F, total force, or Lorentz force. This force is called as Lorentz force acting on the charged particle. Is given by, is the sum of, is, that is F is equal to Fe plus Fm, electrostatic force and magnetic force. Fe is Q into E plus Q V cross B, or is equal to F is equal to Q is common in bracket E plus V cross B. This is the equation for Lorentz force. F is equal to Q E plus V cross B. Now, by using equation of magnetic force, by using equation 2, magnetic force Fm is equal to Q V B. Therefore, B is equal to Fm upon Q B. From this formula we can find the unit of magnetic induction. The SI unit for magnetic induction is Weber per meter square. Weber per meter square is the SI unit for the magnetic induction, and from this formula it shows that the SI unit is, force is Newton, force we measure in Newton, charge measure in Coulomb, magnetic in Q into V, Q into V, Fm upon Q into V. This is the, yes, Newton per Coulomb meter per second is equal to Newton second upon C in Coulomb meter, and this unit is called as Weber per meter square, also called as Tesla. The SI unit for the measurement of magnetic induction is Tesla or Weber per meter square or Newton second per Coulomb per meter. This is the unit. Now, what do you mean by 1 Tesla? The magnetic induction is said to be 1 Tesla means what? We can write here. 1 Tesla means 1 Tesla is equal to 1 Newton upon 1 Coulomb into 1 meter per second. From this mathematical definition, we can define the term 1 Tesla. What do you mean by 1 Tesla magnetic induction? Define 1 Tesla. The magnetic induction The magnetic field of induction is said to be 1 Tesla, is said to be 1 Tesla if 1 Newton of magnetic force, 1 Newton of magnetic force acting on 1 coulomb of charge moving with velocity 1 meter per second. That is 1 Newton of force acting on 1 coulomb of charge, due to which the charge moving with velocity 1 meter per second, then the magnetic induction, strength of magnetic field in that space is found to be 1 Tesla. 1 Tesla, the magnetic induction means magnetic field of induction is said to be 1 Tesla if 1 Newton of magnetic force acting on 1 coulomb of charge maintain the velocity of charge particle is 1 meter per second, 1 meter per second, then this magnetic field strength is found to be 1 Tesla. The magnetic induction is found to be 1 Tesla. So, this is the definition of 1 Tesla. 1 Tesla is 1 Newton upon 1 coulomb. Therefore, SI unit for the measurement of magnetic induction is Tesla or Weber per meter square, or this is. Now, the dimension of magnetic, you may ask this, find the dimension of magnetic induction B. Therefore, dimension of magnetic induction B that is equal to the dimension of force, dimension of charge and dimension of velocity. Dimension of force is m1 L1 t minus 2 upon dimension of charge. Charge is not the scalar, charge is not the fundamental quantity, but current is the fundamental quantity. So that in place of charge we can write IT, because I is equal to Q upon T. Therefore, Q is equal to I into T time. That is, in place of Q we can write I into T. Okay. V be the meter per second, dimension of velocity, is equal to m1 L1 t minus 2 upon, that is, we can write in some books the dimensional unit for electric current is A or I. So that we take here ampere. A be the dimensional unit A to the power 1 time t to the power 1 and velocity L1 t minus 1. Now, simplifying this, we get dimension of magnetic induction B, that is, dimension of B is equal to either लेंगे अपन m1 L1 cancel, L0 t minus 1 t minus 1 ये कैंसिल हो गया, -2 आएंगे यार, t minus 2 a to the power 1 -1 sorry -1. So this is the dimension of B. m1 L0 t minus 2 a minus 1, these are the dimension of magnetic induction B. Now this is the, these are the two articles, introduction and magnetic force. So out of these articles, the Lorentz force, you may ask in the exam, this article is very important. This is the new article, that is Lorentz force. ऑब्टेन एन एक्सप्रेशन फॉर लॉरेंज फोर्स, ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं आपको, तो ये ध्यान में रखना। देयर आर, आप में से किसी को तो भी ये प्रॉब्लम था, राइट हैंड रूल, राइट हैंड थंब रूल and Fleming's left hand rule. These are the two rules. Right hand rule is applicable for motion of the conductor, for motion of the conductor. Right thumb rule represents the direction of magnetic field produced due to current carrying conductor. This is the importance of the rule. And Fleming left hand rule is useful to find the direction of force acting on the conductor. So these are the importance. Now tomorrow we will start new article. Okay, now we stop here. If you have any difficulty, now I think 23 तारीख से अपना स्कूल ओपन हो रहा, तो उसमें अपन जो डाउट्स है आपके हैं, जो कुछ डाउट्स होंगे वो निकाल के रखना। हाँ, 1 बाय 1 अपन क्लियर करते जाएंगे और सामने जाते जाएंगे। तो ठीक है, now we stop here. नहीं, अब हो गए ना।